Hello, I'm here to talk to you about why I believe that recreational marijuana should be legalized in Minnesota. There are a few reasons. My first reason I believe that recreational marijuana should be legalized in Minnesota is because, according to the Huffington Post, it lowers crime rates. Now, some people may not believe that. A lot of people look at marijuana and say if we legalized it, it would increase crime rates, but that's wrong. Ever since marijuana has been legalized in Denver, the crime rates have dropped down 3%. And that may not seem like a big number right now, but as the years go down, it will keep on going down and down and down. That's because not many people will be out there dealing drugs on the low or shooting people. There'll be less gang violence because that's when most gang violence and stuff occurs because of marijuana or other drugs. If we take drugs out of the picture, it'll keep lowering it. And that will make the cops have to focus on bigger crimes like murder and such, because most crimes these days are cops going around pulling people over, putting people in jail for having possessions of marijuana for little ounces of weed, where they could be focused on more criminals out there. And that's less people that are in jail overcrowding jail just because they have marijuana. And that's a big deal because people don't want to keep paying to fund people in jail when we can have safer streets out there. And marijuana doesn't make the streets that dangerous. Another reason I believe that it should be legalized because it will boost our economy. According to the Huffington Post, uh, Denver and Washington combined are projected to bring in $14 billion just from marijuana, and that's two states. If Minnesota joined that and every other state keeps on joining and joining, it'll keep on boosting our economy, and our economy will be better than ever than it was. Because we all know we're in debt now. We've been in debt for the longest time, and everyone's always talking about our economy and trying to come up with ways to fix it. And taxing marijuana is such an easy and simple way, I believe, that it can get boosted. Because there'll be so many people that don't have to worry about selling it on the streets or whatever. You just go into the store and buy it, and then it goes right to the government, and you make money. Um, the last reason I believe it should be legalized because people look at marijuana and believe and think it's like a bad drug. But they don't know that there are positive things that come from marijuana. First off, it's a natural substance. It's not curated or whatever. It grows straight from the ground. Um, People forget that it can cure many cancers that people have. It can cure many tumors that people could have, and it can relieve anxiety, stress buildup. That can help you sleep if you have trouble sleeping. And there's just so many things out there that it can cure. And people forget that marijuana is illegal, but it has 0 deaths that have been reported compared to cigarettes and alcohol that are both legal. And every year you hear about someone dying in a car accident because someone was drunk, or someone killing someone because they were hit by a drunk driver. And every year you hear about thousands and thousands of people dying because they have lung cancer from cigarettes, or they're passing it on to secondhand smokers. But you never hear about anyone dying from marijuana. And I think people overlook that so much, and they just forget that marijuana is not as bad as you think it is compared to alcohol and cigarettes. And those are just a few reasons why I believe that marijuana should be legalized in Minnesota.